So we have been training, I say we, it's my husband and I, we've been training with UberShape for 7 months. We came to Burleigh Heads originally for a 7-week training plan with UberShape, and 7 months later we're still here and we train Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. We decided to come and train with UberShape because we were looking for a gym that would provide us with a breadth of training and a gym that would give us a holistic approach to wellness and fitness. And UberShape, Kobe in particular, when we reached out to a number of different gyms in the area, Kobe was first to respond. He came back with a very thoughtful, very detailed response as to what our initial 7-week training program would look like. And it wasn't just one style of fitness, it was a bunch of different strength training as well as other areas that we'd be focused on, together with comments and thoughts on what our nutrition might look like. Amazingly, I only discovered strength training quite late in life, so about 18 months ago. And the tipping point for me was becoming a parent. And I, for the first time in my life, got to a rock bottom from a fitness perspective. I've never been as weak as I was after the birth of my daughter. Like physically, felt like I'd been run over by a bus. And spent several months, probably 3-4 months, just sitting on the sofa, feeding the baby, eating, and feeling terrible. And I knew that fitness was something that I needed to start going back to. And I also knew I couldn't just turn up to a group class or start running again. I knew that I had to work on my strength, but I didn't know where to start. One of the main things I've learned about my body since joining UberShape is that actually it takes a bigger commitment than I'd anticipated previously. It's not just about doing one style of exercise. I used to run a lot in my sort of 20s and 30s. Then I went through a yoga phase. Then I went through another phase of just doing sort of certain types of classes. Never really paying much attention to nutrition, but always focused on kind of just doing the one exercise that I was enjoying at that time. And actually being with UberShape has taught me and my husband that it takes a lot more than just doing one type of exercise. It requires focus on a number of different types of exercise, but also nutrition and also kind of general lifestyle. So for us, it's been about taking a holistic approach to fitness and wellness. Yeah, so as well as turning up to UberShape 5 times a week for our personal training and group sessions, we made a few lifestyle changes. The first one I would say is related to what we're putting in to our bodies. So we're putting a lot less of the foods and drinks that we previously loved. So a lot less wine, a lot less cheese, a lot less bread. Foods that essentially were giving us low to no nutritional value. We're putting a lot more water into our body. We're putting a lot more foods that we have prepared ourselves thanks to Uber Nutrition. Secondly, we are stretching a lot more on a daily basis. Coach Kobe had recommended quite early on something called ROM WOD, so an online service where every day we follow the tutorial, so 15-20 minutes of stretching every day, which goes really well hand in hand with the strength training and the other training that we're doing at UberShape. And the third big lifestyle change for us has been that we wake up crazy early, which isn't necessarily just an UberShape thing, but a Gold Coast thing where everyone thinks it's the right thing to get up at around 4 a.m, totally normal, get out into the sunshine and start working out. So we get up crazy early and go to bed very early as well. And also, since becoming a parent, I think it's crucially important that we recognise our responsibility as a role model. And our daughter's at that wonderful phase where she mirrors basically everything we do. So we have a very short window to lead by example and show her the importance of health, of fitness, of wellness, and surround her with that on a daily basis. So the changes in my body since joining UberShape have been very much from the inside out. So actually for me, it's been less about what I see in the mirror and less about how I look from an outside perspective, but much more about how I feel picking my daughter up. She gets heavier week by week, but equally I'm getting stronger week by week. So how I lift her up and how I pick her up. So my favourite type of training that I do with UberShape, to be honest, is any kind of training that makes me ache the next day. And booty is a good example of that. And actually the first booty class that I took, I ached so much the next day and the day after that I was convinced I must now have a body like Carol. And then shortly after I realised no, that was going to take a lot more than just the one session. I would definitely recommend UberShape to anyone looking to invest in their health and fitness and take health and fitness seriously. You cover the foundations very well, so you have very well trained, passionate coaches, you have a great space, you have great equipment, but way more than that, you care. And UberShape provides an environment that's very motivating, very inspiring, and very nurturing. You have small classes, meaning that there's no room for, or little room for error. You make sure people are corrected and are on the right track. You have a community of people who are very like-minded, so people who are invested in their own health and fitness. They're not here to be seen to be here, or they're here to work out hard, to have a good time, to encourage the other people around them. So I think for us, the impact has been way greater than just the 60-minute sessions that we have 5 times a week, and that's why I would recommend UberShape.